Bear Snores On. Author, Karma Wilson. Illustrator, Jane Chapman. Publisher, Little Simon.
Welcome to Story Time with Sound Beginnings. Sound Beginnings is an early education program that provides home and center-based services to children that are diagnosed with a hearing loss. And you can find additional information and really wonderful resources at Here to Learn or at soundbeginnings.usu. Today we are going to work on some listening and spoken language strategies as we read our book. The strategies we chose to work on today are asking open-ended questions, which are questions that cannot be simply answered with yes or no. So those could be predictive questions like, what do you think will happen next? Or sequencing, such as what happened first. And then our next strategy is Auditory First, which is giving your child clues about what you are talking about or explaining before you allow them to see it. So they hear about it before they look at it. Some examples could be, they made something inside the cave that is red, made from wood, and keeps you warm. What do you think they made? They made a fire. So just explaining what you're referring to first. We'll be doing some auditory first as we read the book, but then also more so in our activity at the end. So today we are going to read a book about an animal that roars and lives inside of a cave. Bear Snores On. In a cave in the woods, in his deep, dark lair, through the long, cold winter, sleeps a great brown bear. Oh, look, he's sleeping inside of his cave. Cuddled in a heap with his eyes shut tight, he sleeps through the day, he sleeps through the night. The cold winds howl and the night sounds growl, but the bear snores on. An itty-bitty mouse, pitter-pat, tiptoe, crawls in the cave from the fluff cold snow. Mouse squeaks, too damp, too dank, too dark, so he lights wee twigs with a small, hot spark. Oh, so now there is a mouse inside the bear's cave. What do you think will happen next? Maybe some other animals will show up. The coals pip-pop and the wind doesn't stop, but the bear snores on. What is that bear doing? He is still sleeping. Uh-oh. Let's see if he wakes up. Two glowing eyes sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's there?" And a hare hops in. "Ho, Mouse," says Hare, "long time no see." So they pop white corn and they brew black tea. So now there's a bunny and a mouse inside the cave. I wonder if it will wake up the bear. What do you think will happen? I don't know, maybe he'll keep sleeping. Mouse sips wee slurps, hare burps big burps, but the bear snores on. What happened? He is still sleeping. That is one sleepy bear. Who else do you think will come into the cave? See. A badger scuttles by, sniffs, snuffs at the air. I smell yummy yums. Perhaps we could share. Oh, now there's a badger. Do you see the badger? Whoa, he's got a white face and some black feet. Ooh, and it looks like he's carrying a bag with some food. I've brought honey nuts, Badger says with a grin. Let's divvy them up, cozy down, and dig in. So he brought more food to share. More and more animals keep coming to the cave. I wonder if it will wake up the bear now. Let's see.
More animals going to come. Let's see.
They nibble, they munch with a chew, chomp, crunch. But the bear snores on. I wonder what will happen, if more animals will show up or if the bear will wake up. What do you see? There are more animals coming into the cave. A gopher and a mole tunnel up through the floor. Then a wren and a raven flutter in through the door. Mole mutters, "What a night, what a storm," twitters wren, and everybody clutters in the great bear's den. I wonder why they're all gathering in the den. It must be because it's warm with the fire inside. I wonder if anyone else will show up. They tweet and they twitter, they chat and they chitter, but the bear snores on. He is still sleeping. In a cave in the woods, a slumbering bear sleeps through the party in his very own lair. Hare stokes the fire, mouse seasons stew. Then a small pepper flake makes the bear. What do you think the bear will do? Achoo! He sneezed. He blows and he sneezes, and the whole crowd freezes. Uh-oh. How do you think the animals feel? And the bear wakes up. I bet they are so scared. Bear gnarls and he snarls. Bear roars and he rumbles. Bear jumps and he stomps. Bear growls and he grumbles. Uh-oh. I wonder how that bear feels. He's making a lot of angry noises. I bet he feels angry. You've snuck in my lair and you've all had fun. But me, I was sleeping and I have had none. So he's not actually angry. He's sad that he missed the party. Poor bear. He whimpers and he moans. He wails and he groans. And the bear blubbers on. He's crying. I wonder how he really feels. Sounds like he feels very sad. Mouse squeaks, "Don't fret, don't fuss. Look, see, we can pop more corn. We can brew more tea." Oh, that makes the bear feel better. He must be happy because I see a smile on his face now. Bear gulps, bear gobbles, he sighs with delight. Then he spins tall tales through the blustery night. When the sun peeks up on a crisp, clear dawn, Bear can't sleep, but his friends snore on. Who is sleeping now? All of Bear's friends. Looks like they had a really fun party. And there's the cave. I see some footprints in the snow. That must be how they got inside. The end. That was a really fun book. It's one of my favorites. And now I have whoa, what do you hear? I hear some animals inside of my bag. I also have a deep, dark cave. Look at my cave. This is where the bear lived. It's pretty big, so I gotta make some room here. Look at my cave. Oh, do you see it? It is deep. It is dark in there. Whoa. What else do you think I have to go inside of my cave? Who did we see first in the book? It was a tiny, tiny animal that goes squeak, 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 squeak. It was a mouse. Here's our mouse. He's going to be the first one in the cave. There he is. He's in Mr. Bear's cave. And it's so dark, we can hardly see him. Oh no, I wonder who's going to show up next. Oh, next we have an animal that hops, hops, hops. He has 2 long ears and he is white. It's a bunny. In our book, they said a hare, but that's just another word for a bunny. Here he is. He's gonna hop inside and join the party with our mouse. All right, there they are. They're having their party. Do you remember who was next? Next, we had some animals that came up through the ground. Oh, one had a white face and black paws. It was a badger. Do you remember the badger in our story? He's here now. He came up through the floor. He's going to join them in the cave. And there was also a gopher. Hi, Mr. Gopher. He's going to come and join the party. There were some other animals that came when the badger and the gopher came, but they flew into the cave. They have wings and they flew inside. It was a raven. Here's my raven. Do you see his wings? But he's a little big. I don't know if he can fit in there too, but we'll try. Whoa, our cave is pretty full. And you know what? I forgot to put the most important animal in there first. I forget?
What animal was in there very first? It's his home.
He was very sleepy, and he slept all through the party. He roars, and he's big and he's brown. I forgot our bear. I wonder if he can even fit in here. Let's try. Oh my goodness. Look at that. All of our animals are inside the cave. They look like they're having a pretty fun party to me. And now I bet they're all sleeping now that they're warm. Well, that was super fun. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this story. We worked on some listle strategies today of Auditory First. I explained the animals in our activity before showing them. And we can ask some open-ended questions such as, what do you think will happen next? Or who else do you think will show up? Here we have some reinforcement activities of how to carry over some of these strategies into some of your everyday routines, such as reading books at home, describing what happens next before turning the page. You can also ask open-ended questions during routines such as bath time. Where do you think the bubbles will go? Or where do you think the water will go? Another example would be playing with your child and making a game out of hiding and describing objects before pulling them out to play with them. This just allows your child to hear the information and process it auditorily first before they see it, and it really builds those listening skills. Here's just a reminder of those listening and spoken language strategies that we worked on. And here are some references that we used for today's story. So thank you guys for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.
I'm going to say bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
Bye.